Hello and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'll be showcasing my custom LEGO Transformers Wildrider. This guy is based on the Legacy figure, which I know is slightly divisive as many people think it's not a very good figure. But in my opinion I actually don't think it's that bad compared to what people say about it. Anyways though, we may as well get to the car mode details. He does have the nice Creo Decepticon logo up front, which looks pretty cool here in the deep purple. And I think the overall shaping is pretty good here. There are some studs exposed at the back because I just didn't have any pieces to cover it up, as I'd already run out of these black sloping pieces making the hood. But like I said, the overall shaping looks pretty good, except maybe at the back he is slightly too chunky. But we may as well bring out the official version for a comparison, so here he is with the Legacy version. Obviously he is a lot larger, but I do like the colours on mine a lot more. Especially the bright red, it definitely contrasts against the black quite well. But you will see the transformation of mine is very similar to the Legacy version. And here from a side-on view, you can see the shaping here is kind of accurate to that figure. Here he is with a Speed Champion set, which he is actually in the 8 wide scale, kind of. I mean he is 8 wide, but the windshield is definitely too big. He doesn't actually look that bad though compared to this Metagate Drift figure, and even a minifigure. But I'd say that's about it for vehicle mode. Now on to the transformation. But before that, I am going to be starting some channel memberships. There's going to be 3 tiers: the Minicon member, Deluxe member, and Leader Class member, which will give you early access to new videos, as well as instruction videos for some of my builds. There's also going to be members only, behind the scenes videos and shorts every week. You can find all the information on my channel page, and the cheapest membership is only £1 a month. But anyways, I think it's time we get back to the actual review. So the first thing we're going to do is come to the arms. They're attached using one of these T-joint pieces, and they're just going to rotate out. Obviously this is the exact same on the other side. Once these arms are rotated out, there is a small red piece in the inside of the car, and that's going to be folded out. This is going to form one of his heels, so we can't just take the entire leg section and rotate it out. Obviously we need to do the same on the other side. And like I said, these are going to be his heels, so you do have to bend the pieces slightly, but they do just rotate up. And then they're going to swing back around and tab in, forming his heels, just so he doesn't fall over. Once this is done, we can come to the front of the feet, which are going to rotate up on the hinge joint, and then they're going to spin around on the stud, just to give them a more dynamic foot shape. There we go. The backpack is slightly different to the Legacy figure, as these side windshield pieces are going to rotate out on the ball joint. We can now compress the entire backpack by taking the windshield and compressing it in just using the hinge, and this hood piece is going to fit over the top of that. It's on a pretty simple double hinge assembly here, and finally these windshield pieces at the side are just going to close around the wheels. And once this is done, we can rotate the arms back down. So there he is in his robot mode. He is slightly skinny, but that's pretty accurate to the Legacy toy if you ask me, so we may as well bring that figure out. I do think most of the skinniness stems from the shoulders. Everything else is not too bad, and I even don't think the backpack is that bad compared to the Legacy figure. And it is pretty accurate, it even hides away the windshield better than the original toy. I also like these little bar pieces I use on the side of the head, I think they look pretty cool and accurate to his design. The chest here is also pretty simple, but it gives his look pretty good. The legs are probably my least favourite parts. There are a lot of studs exposed and they're just not very clean, especially with the wheels and heels sticking out. The backpack though looks pretty accurate and it compresses quite nicely. So I'd say that's about it for this figure, other than his articulation, which is pretty fine. It's nothing special, but he has all the joints that a regular figure would have. This guy will not be part of a combiner team unfortunately, as I do not have enough pieces to make all the members at this scale. However, I decided to make a Wildrider just because I like his design. But anyways, that is it for this review. If you have enjoyed, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of these LEGO Transformer videos.